Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Ben Kissel here with Henry Zabrowski.
Yeah, it's me, man.
Yeah, bro. Henry Zabrowski is smoking some of that sweet Last Podcast on the Left, babe. So go out there and purchase yourself some. I hope you enjoy it. We have sativa, we have indica, and we have a hybrid. And I have to tell you, from my personal experience, they are wonderful.
Super tasty live resin. You really get the delicious weedy taste, which is what I like. And
Yes.
3 different experiences. You go to your local vape store and get it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We absolutely love you. Can't wait to see you on the road and get that vape, put it in your brain, and have a good time.
And if you want us at your favorite weed store, give them a call and ask for them by name.
Absolutely.
Last Podcast on the Left. It's weed.
Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
A roast as dark as the night, perfect for fueling the cryptid research and mad ravings required for your podcasting. Don't mind the red eyes, he's just trying to warn you of the bridge.
The bridge.
Finally, from the caffeine-addled brains of Spring Heel Jack Coffee and Last Podcast on the Left, we bring you Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Yes, delicious Panama beans. Go to lastpodcastmerch.com to order yours today.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the Last Podcast
On the left.
Side stories.
That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes.
Is it sad? Today is a sad day, isn't it, though? But
Today
we won't
is-
say it.
I do want to say that, though. I do
you
want to
wanna
say
say
that
it?
because it's important. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. It's November 1st. It's the saddest day of the year.
It
This
kinda
is
is,
by
isn't it?
far, this is like a national, for me, a fun hangover day where
Yeah.
the fun is now over. We've had our fun. We talked to the spirits
We
last
did
night.
have fun,
last night,
too, man.
We had so much fun. It was so good to have. We had a Halloween party. Natalie did an aerial show in the air, which was insane. She did a whole
Amazing.
aerial show.
A whole bunch of people just did a fantastic job. So if you're listening, thank you. You guys all were so
It's pretty
good.
crazy. I went to saw Danny Elfman sing "The Nightmare Before Christmas" last night. He's jacked. I also didn't know
Really?
that he's lithe and hairless, and he's fully tattooed. His whole body is tattooed.
I did
It's
not
really
know
intense.
that. The
he's-
Elfman.
But then we saw he was with Weird Al and Billie Eilish, the
Whoa.
child. Billie Eilish is a child. I have a hard time cheering for a child.
I love Billie Eilish.
But she's very talented. She did good. She
she's
sang
an
as
adult
Sally.
now.
It was really good. But today is the day that the fun is over, and we slide into the gray, worst time of the year, which is the
Henry,
holiday season.
You know what? I think you're even making it slightly better than it could be because it's also election season. It's November.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I don't want to start the show so controversially, but I'm going to have to pull the trigger.
Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. I am Ben, hanging out with Henry. We
Yo.
hope you had a wonderful Halloween.
You fucking better have.
We really did. We
You had
a great-
every opportunity to. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope that you did have every
And
opportunity
you need
to.
squeeze out the rag of fun. It's important. You soak it up, fill with fun and juice.
Sure.
You squeeze it into your fucking cup, and then you slurp it down, and then you fucking get into November and you deal with it.
Well, that's a heck of a way to get into a coma, because who knows what else that rag has picked up.
Knows?
So hope everyone had a fantastic time. We did so well. We had some people over. I was dressed as Big Garfield. Henry dressed as Spider-Man, and so did Marcus. Isn't that nice?
Is hilarious.
Mind meld.
Also, there will be some pushback, obviously, because of you are, I mean, I'm not going to say this. You're obviously a politician at your very core.
Sure.
Which means on some level, you are inherently a flip-flopper. You'll say whatever you need to say in front of whatever group you're in front of, so they don't hang you. They don't do a group hanging. And you used to be pro Heathcliff and his working man status.
I'm still pro Heathcliff. Just because I dress as Garfield, almost in a mocking way towards Garfield. Perhaps I respect Heathcliff a little bit too much to bastardize his look for a party, for a dress-up party. Heathcliff.
Also, we know for a fact that there is no general Heathcliff costume that has been created yet. You went and you did a good job. You got a good costume, and you went on the internet. You went like big man costume time, they must have given you a bunch of options. One was Garfield.
Absolutely, and of course we did have a great time.
We should bring back. I feel like now you have the Garfield costume. We can spray paint it.
I'll spray paint
and
it.
Make you look like a crust punk Heathcliff, because that's the real vibe of Heathcliff.
Get some dingleberries in there. I think that's great.
He got cut away from his fucking family. He probably has a drug problem. Heathcliff definitely is the only cat who smokes cigarettes.
That's why he's cool. Yeah,
and he loves fish skeletons. Oh yeah, the scars. That's great.
Yeah, of course.
He's an Anthony Sabato Jr. Remember Antonio Sabato Jr. Remember him?
I was able to absolutely. Of course, I do every day. I think of him. I was able to take a couple of mushroom caps as well. And I'll tell you one thing. At one point in the night, I was like, I think we are comedic geniuses. And then in the car ride home, I realized we're not comedic geniuses, because you can't be one until you're dead, because isn't death the ultimate joke?
Wow.
All right, let's move on here, everybody.
Ooh, I just feel like a cold shudder up my spine. I just felt like a ghost walked through the room. Like it was a ghost, but it was you and I at 80 years old, still tethered together, and it was him being like, "Turn back, turn back."
All right. Well, speaking of lies and myths, and no, I am not turning my back on Heathcliff. I love Heathcliff. I love his people. His life is not my costume. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. What is it? My culture? It's not your costume?
Something like that.
Same thing for Heathcliff.
We'll start off. We have a lot of silly stories today, but the one serious story, we do have one update. So we talked about what was going on on this train, as there was a bunch of passengers. There was a sexual assault that took place for 40 minutes, and the cops' initial report was everyone filmed it, but they didn't call us, so that's why we were so late.
However, sure. I don't even know why we thought that was real. I don't even know why I thought that could possibly totally be real. Of course they called the cops. Of course they did. And of course the cops covered their ass, because if not, they were going to show that they didn't care about a massive group rape that happened on a train.
It seems as if some people were filming, some people did call. However, the cops did say that as kind of a get out of free jail card for themselves, saying that nobody called them in, even though they did. So just clarifying that story, as we covered that a couple of weeks ago. And do we have any other update?
The other update was, we talked a little bit about the family that went hiking, that died altogether. Now, this was, I believe it was Devil's Gulch. It was on August 17th that they were found. They were missing for 2 days, and they were found. And if you remember, it was Ellen Chung, John Garish, their 1-year-old daughter, Miju, and their family dog, Oski, right? They were all found dead, and they were wondering whether or not it was some form of toxic algae. Maybe it was in the water. Maybe something happened, some weird... People were saying crazy theories, like lightning hit the lake where the algae was, and it weaponized it, and then they fainted and they died. But they all died within minutes of each other. And now the evidence, quote unquote, the actual research came back when they did the autopsies and all of the various toxicology reports. And the reason now that they're saying that they died was hyperthermia, which
so they
means
were hot.
They got too hot and dehydration. And I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to put my conspiracy cap on.
Well, we cannot put our camping shoes on, because we know nothing about the outdoors. So
absolutely
we will
nothing.
asterisk everything that's about to be said with, we mostly hang out in air-conditioned places with water fountains.
That's where I think best. That's where I'm most clear-headed. I don't know how that's fucking possible. And there's people still saying that they don't know how that's possible because they were experienced hikers. It wasn't that hot in the valley. I think they said, well, maybe that's incorrect, but it got to like 100 degrees, which can happen, right? You can get really hot, obviously, but they had already been doing it for so long. And like, I've just never heard of maybe anybody dying of hypothermia at 100 degrees, but it was the whole family that died, including the dog. They're saying the dog also died because of that. And I think there's something else going on. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know whether or not it's some form of
Bob
mysterious.
Dole? Where's
I'm blaming the
Bob
government.
Dole?
Bob Dole is he's sitting somewhere. Honestly, he better be carving a fucking gravestone because he should be thanking his lucky stars he's still alive. I don't know how he's still alive. But these guys, this whole family, it's fishy. It's fishy to me, buddy. I don't know why it's so fishy to me. I don't like it. And also, I called Brian Laundrie committing suicide.
Well, what do you want? What kind of award would you like? You called it along with thousands and millions of other
from
people.
The government. I want the government to send me money for being the best detective that's ever farted while working. And that's me, man. I'm sitting here, I'm actively farting and thinking.
Well, to that point, not the actively farting or anything like that, actually, more to the former point, it is always strange when these mysteries occur. A family, including the dog, and for some reason the dog thing sticks with me because
it's weird.
They tend to stay alive, and they're like, bark, 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 and they're like, everyone's dead, I'm sorry. But even the dog got by whatever the hell that was. So we'll keep you updated, too, if there's more, if there's anything else. If there's some rationale for it, we would love to know.
Whatever. Yeah, please explain to me. If you're a scientist, you know exactly what the hell you're talking about. SideStoriesLPOTL@gmail.com. I will listen. I will try to learn. But it does seem highly, highly fishy, and it's just kind of out of left field. I don't know how the dog also died.
Yeah, it's sad.
And then they were experienced campers, and so at first they were all of the articles were kind of emphasizing like how normal this is and why it's so mysterious that they died. But now that the hyperthermia fucking reason came out, or I'm gonna just go ahead and say theory, who knows, it's probably real. There's probably real evidence saying why that is, right? But they are now saying this mysterious hiking trail. Oh, you'd be surprised just how mysterious a hiking trail can be. And you're like, it's a trail. It's not like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. This isn't the descent.
Goblins, you never know where they are. You never know when a family decides to go to the other side together, which is also possible. All right.
They just all like agreed to being like, all right, you ready to let go? Yes.
I mean, sadly, it has happened before.
But also, they should change the Washington football team to the Washington Goblins.
Oh, that would be nice. I want
There's a
more
lot
pigs.
Of names.
I have a feeling that we're not going to stick on it, but the Washington football team, the more it's just called the Washington football team, it becomes normalized, and then they're just like, I guess we don't have to come up with a name, because apparently they can't come up with a name that isn't absolutely horrendous. Okay.
How are you possibly selling merch for something called the Washington football team?
Washington airplanes.
Airplanes are technically the villains of 9/11. Because if you really, it's like when people say people don't kill people, guns kill people. You know, the opposite, or guns don't kill people, people don't kill people.
The other name was Washington Bullets, and they had to change that to the Wizards.
That makes sense.
Which also wizards kill people. But anyway.
Sometimes, so they, for their own gain.
Let's hop in the car and go to Corbin, Kentucky, shall we?
Oh, no.
The holidays were difficult
No, I don't
for everyone.
want to.
No,
I don't want to go to Corbin.
We're already there. So we've actually just
God.
arrived in Corbin. You got your big gulps. We had a lot of fun on the road. Remember that? We listened to all that Steely Dan.
Yeah, I do, actually. That was really fun. Reeling back the years is really fun.
If you lend a sex toy to somebody, make sure you give it back, because they're going to want it back.
Promptly, and boil it.
Boil it, do whatever it takes to get all of your cum and pubic hair off of it. So there's this woman in Corbin, and she's facing a bunch of charges, including second-degree assault. She stabbed her cousin because the cousin borrowed her sex toy, and then evidently didn't give it back. And you know what? Again, it's beyond disgusting that this is between two cousins. Because you can swap a lot of stuff with a cousin. Pants, maybe even a car. Maybe your cousin's car break down. Use my car, sure. But they used the sex toy.
They kept saying the term sex toy.
It's dildo.
But is it a dildo? Because there are other sex toys besides the dildo. Is it something that goes internal?
I feel like
plug?
it's something that goes internal, and that's why this woman had such a deep affection for it. She also kind of cucked out her sex toy. Maybe she watched her cousin use her sex toy and was like, yeah, that's Big Bob. Yeah, you got to use Big Bob right. Who knows what happened? Either way, The officer was dispatched to Mitchell Hill Road this past Saturday afternoon, which is when we were all having a great party at Henry's house. So isn't that fun? Different people, different times, different areas, different realities.
Different areas, different realities. We keep saying that. Different people, different times, different areas, different realities. That's the new title of the show.
Crystal Denham. She stated she stabbed her cousin Michelle Barton, who not the actress.
Oh, they are both. This is kind of funny because for some reason I thought a man borrowed it or someone else borrowed it, but no, it was two women. So it was definitely a dildo.
I believe it was two women, unless it's Michael Barton.
I wonder if they signed it up. I guess it kind of should be like, you should try this fucking dildo. It really fucking wrecks my clit, cousin Melinda.
Mr. Zabrowski, you are correct. Denham told the officer Barton came to her home and they got into the argument over the sex toy. She had borrowed it and he said he wanted it back. Okay.
He might have used it on other women, right? The idea that like he has his own toys in the house and then, every once in a while you rent one out to your cousin.
I suppose that's possible. The citation says she told him to get off of her property. And then he grabbed her by the elbow. And then at that point, she used a kitchen knife. And then she stabbed him in the hand. And
I don't think this is about the dildo.
Well, it seems
you know what I mean?
like
This is about the thought. This is about the thought of it.
Yeah.
This is about disrespect.
I guess it is more about disrespect. Apparently she was under arrest and she started to yell that she wasn't going to go to jail. And then the officer did tase her. So
yes.
She formed a fist with each hand, bladed her body in a fighting stance, swelled her chest, and began approaching the officer. And that's when she was placed under arrest. So apparently this is a thing that cousins do. I don't know what I guess.
I've never done it with my cousins.
Well, why would she want to use her male cousin's dildo as some kind of sex device?
Maybe it might have been especially a good one, or maybe it was like a new expensive one. Maybe they actually had purchased it for him for Christmas with the intention of it being for the family as a whole.
Like
kind of like a
family
timeshare. Yeah. It's like a timeshare where it's like, well, Bobby's got it this week, and he's going to town on that woman that only goes by the name of Zebra. He's going on her all weekend, and then I could pick it up for my birthday next weekend because I'm turning 40, and I'm going to want. But yeah, I definitely want the War Donger 40,000 for it to plummet inside of me. I'm looking to not walk again. I'm 40. I'm trying not to walk when I'm the day after. So
or
if I
at the
can rail
very
me
least,
with
you
it.
want to walk with a bowed leg so people know you've been around.
Yes, I remember there was a time during we were doing a sketch show in Tallahassee for Murderfist.
When you all shared dildos with each other for sexual reasons.
I've never heard one of my friends come. And I'm really happy that I've never heard someone.
Really?
I've never heard a member of
together
Murderfist
for so
ejaculate.
long.
I've just never heard any one of you ejaculate once.
I've heard Holden do it.
But you didn't hear him, though,
No,
right?
I did. He was in the room. He was with a woman.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. I know this story.
And he was like,
But this is... I guess it's
Also,
better
he
than
said
him
that he
being
made-
chillingly silent.
I gave his beautiful daughter a little onesie at the wedding.
Speaking of-
I'm sorry, at a Halloween party. And she's so cute and precious and like literally just like all light in the world is in these little babies' bodies. And then he said that he and Lexi made White Russians with the breast milk, and then
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that's what he does. That's
that
his life for
story,
them.
so.
That's his. Yeah, it's really sad what's happening over there, and she's gonna kill everyone. His daughter's gonna be a supervillain.
Yep.
Because of
we
it.
hope so.
Oh, that's right.
what I'm
Oh, no,
supporting.
I hope so. Me too. But the story is that I remember we needed a dildo for a sketch, right? So we had our neighbor that when I lived with Ed Larson, there was a woman that was very experienced, who is a friend of ours, that she was a wild person. I still remember the thing that she said to us one night, "I've ran from more places than you've ever been to," which is really very scary.
Well, that's interesting.
But we needed a dildo quickly for a sketch, and we knocked on her door because we kind of assumed, oh, she'd have a dildo. And she's just like, oh, yeah. And she went underneath her bed. She had a whole box of them, a big shoebox with all these different dildos. So we borrowed a bunch of them. And then I remember another member of Murderfist, and I'm not going to name them to protect them because they now also have a family. And they were there. They saw all these dildos, and they didn't know where they came from.
Sure.
And we were rehearsing, and that member I remember like we were rehearsing and I just heard like, hey guys, look at this. Hey guys. And he was like deep throating one of her dildos, right? He was going, oh, I'm like,
but you guys, I'm sure you guys being so mature and, capable. I'm sure you guys washed the dildos before you.
No.
You didn't. Okay.
Absolutely not. They were well inside that woman.
Great.
They were well inside her for at any periods of time. And I bet you she didn't wash them either necessarily because we were so young. You don't know.
No, you don't know.
You don't find out until you grow. That's fucking Sonny and Cher. That's what that song's about.
Oh, all right.
And so they had to go and so, yeah, but I remember throat and throat.
That's great.
And we're all like, that's great.
All right. And then how did the sketch
told
go?
Him. Awful.
Great.
It's fucking college kids comedy.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we have a lot of other crazy stories to get to.
You don't
What did you dress
know.
up as? What did you dress up as for Halloween? Email us, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com.
This is perfect. This is real radio. All right, I want to dissect this story because I don't understand it. I do think people get specifically plane horny. Like they get on a plane and they get super horny.
Well, I think they might get a little inebriated at the airport bar. And then once you're on the plane, you do feel a little bit out of control. But the one thing you always have control over
your boner.
Is your boner and your genitalia. So maybe there is something to plane horniness.
But this guy, I think he had too much control. This is a man named Robert Earl Glasper, and I'm glad that we all know his name. He's 26 years old.
They gave him the full,
Robert
I assassinated the president,
his full name is Robert Earl Glasper III. They put the whole thing in there. Just so you know. Because you know why? It's because his father was like, don't you fucking, you make sure you put the fucking third in there. Okay? Because it's not me. It's not me. I have a job. So he was arrested. Yeah, on his flight after his flight from Sacramento to touchdown in Denver International. This was last night, right? As Glasper and the male passenger, he was sitting next to him. They were put on their seatbelts. The young man, he apparently reached out with his hand and he gave the left side of the man next to him's buttocks. He gave it a squeeze.
Squeeze.
And this is on the plane. Now, Glasper kept touching his neighbor's hands and legs, right? Obviously, this is assault, so none of this is funny. But he just kept saying, yes, of course. But he kept going over so the guy, he's like touching his hands. But I bet you at first, you go like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. But then you do another one and go give a little sidelong glance. You're like, huh? No, huh? How about now? And you keep going please don't fucking touch me, sir. Don't touch me. And he's like, it's a mistake. And then he leans over and goes, hey, how about you jerk me off, huh?
How about you jerk me off?
And so he asks, will you jerk me off on the plane? Now, first of all,
what
you got to kind of give him,
these planes?
I will give him at least a silver medal for bravery. You know what I mean? Just because he did float it. But again, this is sexual assault, so it's not bravery.
Well, the problem here is, usually when I'm walking down the aisle of a plane, I see people's faces and their eyes illuminate and they get wider. As if Garfield looking at lasagna and they're like, please don't sit by me, please don't. And no one fully understands the shame of being unwittingly unwanted by everybody. And I get it. It's simply math. It's just there's not as much space. I get that. I'm taking up more space just biologically. But my God, man,
you don't know.
In this case, I just feel like I may have been the one man to sit by this person and stop him from grabbing and groping. I think I may have scared him enough.
You could have.
Perhaps he would have loved it.
I mean, I don't know, because also, I guess in real life, wouldn't you want to? Oh, yeah, and he definitely kind of has the face for it, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at a picture right now. He looks sort of like... Ooh, Alfred E. Newman, which is exactly what you'd think, right? It's exactly what you think. He looks like a troublesome older orphan that doesn't know why he does what he does. But yeah, so he got obviously erect. And this is also what I find interesting. So he got erect and he kept going hey, look at this. To the passenger, right? Big, hey, look how hard I am.
Sure,
and the guy has just been because also I imagine I've also been on flights with this. You go please, sir, because if you tell the flight attendant also this flight's going down, right? We're gonna have to do an emergency landing. You're not gonna get where you need to go, so you're also sort of held hostage too, right? And so another witness, who I imagine is sitting behind them, is watching this guy get hard, and he's starting to fucking play with himself, right? And then he starts going, and he starts jerking himself off, right? And they're watching him. He's watching him go as he's jerking off, and you're like, hey, see what I'm doing? And then when he came into his own hands, he then wiped it all over his own pants. right?
Oh, okay. According
I
to
think
one
that-
fellow traveler that was seated across from the aisle from these two men, they say that they saw Glasper the Third masturbate and wipe his hands on the seat,
And the
which is
victim
even
asked the
so
guy-
much grosser.
And the guy got
Keep
up.
it on your own pants. Yeah.
Oh,
no, at
yeah,
this
dude.
point I get up. At this point I get up and I do.
I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna take a walk.
I
need to walk around
I
the cabin.
scream. I do.
But you have to save it until you land, because if you don't, because it's not like he's grabbing your. If he was grabbing your
He's
dick and
just-
balls, I'd freak out, right?
But
Like,
he
if
was grabbing.
me,
He
then
was
I have
grabbing
scream-
his thighs and grabbing, and then he was just like, "Hey, jerk me off." But then he started jerking off, and then it's just
It's
no.
not good. It's not good. But if you tell the flight attendant, they're gonna land the plane. You're not gonna get there.
All of
right?
this was done with his mask on. So he had enough like frame of reference to be like, I better wear my mask, otherwise it's possible.
I'm only
you know.
framing this. I'm also laughing about this because obviously it's. I have to. I don't know how to also respond to it.
There's
But I
no
also know
other
it's
way
bad.
to do it. I mean, it's just absolutely disturbing and disgusting. So the guy just starts jerking off next to the other guy. And my question is, how do you, first of all, how many free Delta points do you get when the person, you better get a fucking free couple of flights to Hawaii?
You are giving me some points. Because also you're going like, I took one for the team. I let that guy fucking masturbate next to me.
Right.
So all of us could land this plane in Denver. We all had a place to fucking go. We obviously have to go straight to work as soon as we all land. So I'm trying to get us here, right? And so a witness asked the guy. He was like, they were like, when the masturbating dude got up to go, I'm gonna just
this
say
is
his
really
name again,
sad.
Glasper. A victim asked the guy, he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I don't think so." That was his response.
I don't think so either. I'm with him.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
I don't know.
I'm actually,
actually
going to
don't
need
know.
to process this. I'm going to have to talk to my family. I just need to mention, I need to call up my buddies. I mean, he needs to both laugh a little bit about it.
Oh, of
and then
course,
he
yeah, I'd
also
be
needs
like,
to like digest
go
it
to
and be like,
therapy.
so
And then he has
yes,
to go talk about it in therapy and figure out how you feel about this thing. Because
Glasper-
oh yeah, dude. Because when they landed, he arrested him, and his whole thing is, I thought it was consensual.
he thought it was consensual, which I don't.
Whatever. That's garbage. That's absolute garbage. It is not real. But they said he stared for long periods of time without answering questions, and then, quote unquote, his words were difficult to understand. He must have been blackout hammered. I bet he was blackout hammered.
Well, there was one guy.
I'm not saying
on-
that's not an excuse, obviously.
No, of course
but
not.
it's like
there was
definitely
one fellow
was hammered.
on I believe it was Mr. Morningstar's flight that this dude, as the plane landed, he was so lit he smoked a J in the bathroom on the
Yes.
tarmac, and then the flight was fucking delayed because you get
Unbelievable.
arrested by the FBI. Like they don't just be hammered, but
Unbelievable.
this is the fine line of being hammered, right? So you want to start, okay, you have one or two, okay, that's cool. But then if you're going to get into like fun, bubbly drunk, right? Now you're in like 6 or 7, that's actually the worst place for you to be on a plane. You need to get like sleepy drunk,
Yes.
early drunk, but there is no party drunk. That's how you end up with the plane ride from hell. Ask any WWE wrestler who was there. So this guy, he was just too functioning to be this hammered on a plane, and it was the worst of all worlds.
It's so bad. And then they asked him, "What are you doing in Denver?" And Glasper's like, "I'm here to visit my grandpa."
He was here to visit his grandfather, so his fucking grandfather,
God,
who
he's
is
got
the
so
first,
worked up.
right? Glasper the first.
Glasper the first. His
Glasper the
namesake.
third is
His-
coming. And he says, "Oh, what happened? Why won't you be here?" Glasper the third, you were jerking off with the Glasper name.
You mean to tell me you're going to miss the great Glasper family group jerk off because you pre-jerked off on the plane? You're supposed to save it for dinner.
He did not do a good job.
He didn't
So
do
yeah, he's
good.
facing federal charges. Be very
Yes.
careful what happens on the planes. You really
had
do
nothing-
have to be
that
on your
guy
best
had nothing
behavior
to-
because
That guy had nothing to do with it. And it's not, but what are you talking about? So you're saying that this is just below best behavior? You just need to sit into a chair
Yeah.
and go from one place to another. If you want to scream at somebody, you know how many times I've been mad in an airport? How many times you kind of wonder, are we about to get into a physical altercation? But when it comes down to it, I need this plane to go from this place to another place. I wouldn't be here optionally. I'm
Sure.
not here at the airport because, maybe I'll catch a plane today. No, I got to go someplace. And so you got to do what you can. Just get on the plane and have the plane land. That's all we all have to. Can we agree
That's
with
all we
as
have
a group?
to do.
Bill Moseley posted a fucking picture today where his plane had to get grounded.
Chopped up.
Fucking two guys were fighting on the plane too. Again, people are really, really intense. I almost got into a physical altercation last night leaving the parking lot.
Did you really?
When we went to go see the Danny Elfman show. I almost got into a fight because a guy cut us off coming at the thing, and then he saw me physically react in the car. Like, he saw me basically go, what the fuck? Like, so my hands go like this, and then he rolled his window down and he started laughing and smiling at me, and then I gave him the two double fingers, right, being like, I'm gonna call. And of course Natalie's now starting to get upset, and then he was gonna get out of the car, and then I'm just been like, fuck you, buddy, fuck you. Like, it was really intense.
Okay, well,
and I would have smashed his head against the fucking hood of his car, man, over a parking spot. Sure, yeah, but I also understood.
Possible. You know, it's always possible it could go the other way too.
It's good to go home, and also, yeah, I could have got hurt.
Yeah.
But you don't know. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in a physical fight. I wonder what I'd be like.
I got into some heat. I've been in some heated debates this past little go around of traveling as well. But you know what? It's good to be back with people, isn't it?
It really is.
It really is,
isn't it?
Rise from your grave.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
It's obvious we love true crime, but it does make us feel a little paranoid about what's out there, as it should. And that's why it's so important to get a home security system that gives you peace of mind. With SimpliSafe, you can stop crimes before they even start using their AI-powered cameras to identify threats on your property and alert US-based live agents to take action. Like arriving in a helicopter in the night, coming down from the helicopter, zipping down and breaking through the windows with their big axes, and going through the house, ripping through the walls, finding the criminals. It's easy to do. SimpliSafe has been a game changer for us. And the best part, there's no long-term contract. We've used it since the very early days of Simply Safe here at LPN, and it keeps us safe, doesn't it? It keeps all of our thoughts inside the building. Then there's the ones we let out because they have to go out because that's a part of it. But Simply Safe keeps the other thoughts safe. And for that, we say thank you, Simply Safe. And we want you to experience the same peace of mind as we, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to all of our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Well, have you guys heard about this story? We know a lot about TikTok solely, again, through the aforementioned Travis Morningstar. But there's this dude, Gin Kid. This story's sad, man.
Don't even try to describe who you think this person is.
Because
I have no clue who this person is.
I don't want to describe
What is it called?
who this man is.
J-I-N-N? What's his name?
Kid, Gin Kid.
Is it J-I-N-N?
J-I-N-N-K-I-D.
It says film director. That is not what you are. What is this?
He's arrested for murdering his wife and her friend.
Does that get you big numbers?
I don't know.
Is that what these kids are doing on there? They're killing their families?
He's a 29-year-old going by the online name Gin Kid. He could be considered fairly successful. But apparently his whole thing, he has a series called Skyrim in Real Life, which he enacted out how Skyrim typically NPC behaviors would look if they happened in real life.
Now he's a fucking murderer. Yeah, exactly. It tracks. I don't know why. They're allowed to be creative on there as long as they're not killing their wives. They can be as creative as they want. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like NPCs walking around. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy.
Is that right?
Oh, he killed his wife, huh?
Yeah, Gin Kid did.
Oh, wow.
He had moved out of the apartment they shared with his wife, Anna, and then October 18th,
yes, this is a viral video.
Is that right?
Yes, I've seen this. Yeah, this was a very famous video. He did a couple of these, and these are all, yeah.
So you're watching the footage.
I guess you could see the rage in there.
You're watching the comedic talents of a murderer. Isn't that strange?
It is weird because that's the one thing I think we'll see also as time pans out.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see. Because now what? Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong they just found his old YouTube account because he was trying to be a YouTuber for a period of time before he became an ultra elite actor. But he's just trying to hide that because he's embarrassed by it. The fact that how many of these people are going to commit crimes that are definitely searching to get viral, because I think that Venn diagram really works, like homicidal impulses mixed with desperate to make it on the internet.
I think that the TikTok viral success, it's the scratcher of the entertainment world, right? The scratch off.
Well, you don't get paid
where it's like you can get 0 to 100 million. Well, and I'm saying when it comes to exposure, it really is like you scratch the right numbers, you're like, whoa, right to the top.
Yeah.
It's the easy way out in some ways. However, of course, difficult to get above all the noise. But as Henry said, there ain't a lot of money in it, so be careful who you're giving your talents away to for free. Okay, so this dude was staying in a hotel for a couple of days. At which point, he went to the apartment of his estranged wife, and then he trashed it because he's a little freaking bitch.
Yeah, he's a little bitch, yeah.
He then installed an app on his 5-year-old's daughter's iPad that would allow him to listen to the activities at home.
Why do they even have this?
I don't fucking know.
What purpose does it? Is it like a baby monitor app?
I have no idea. It can be used for horrible things no matter what they named it.
I make hard systems in my home. Like literally the idea is that I try to make sure that anything that it would be recording or anything is not connected to the internet. I feel like if you're going to have a baby monitor, even though people do it, you remember that hacker that intercepted the baby monitor thing? Was talking at the baby. You can hack them, but the goal for me would be to keep it off the internet. If it's something that you need to focus, if it's supposed to be a security measure for your children.
Yeah, absolutely. So this 5-year-old, she was inadvertently wiretapped by her father.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually weird to even think about like that. That's true.
It's so
She literally was wild. She was like a little when they used to put a microphone in the plant to listen to the mafia.
But it's like fishing here. What does that mean? Yeah. A few hours later after leaving, this dude, Gin Kid, he came back with a loaded gun. And that's where he shot Anna in the forehead and her friend Rayburn Barron in the neck and cheek and back of the head. And neither of them survived. Oh, my God. And then the saddest thing ever, after the shooting, he picked up his daughter from school and told her that he, quote, hurt mommy
Oh,
this guy is fucking
I
disgusting.
hate this guy.
He also called his mother to confess.
Of course.
And then while driving
because he
his
loves
daughter,
attention. He's just desperate for any of it. So it's like it really does. Like
and
he
you know
did
his
it
mom
to
was like,
call them.
"Oh, it's okay, honey." It's like he probably wanted like the comfort of his mom.
Yes.
He called the police. He was driving with his daughter, and he called the police to confess his crimes and was arrested 45 minutes later on State Route 15. Even though he had not confessed, a security camera captured him running from an elevator to Anna's apartment. Anyway, there's a bunch of evidence, and
Well, they're
going to
think he's such a loser in jail.
Yeah,
The truth is
he was
they're
also
gonna-
accused of domestic violence, and she was trying to divorce him. And this guy is a sociopathic, fucking complete and utter maniac.
Yep. And he's utter garbage. And honestly, it's probably best that he's in jail. But then maybe he can still do TikTok from there.
Can you? I mean,
I don't know.
I do see videos from prison, but I have a
people
feeling
smuggle in phones all the time.
Yeah, and you know how hard that is. Getting an
It is.
iPhone up your keister.
Well, you buy it from the fucking guards half the time. I know that's I know that's very controversial, maybe to even say like the idea, but yeah, that's what people get it from. They get it from the guards. They do side hustles because it comes down to that's how you get drugs on the inside. Like someone comes and you buy it from a guard or something like that, but that's how you get it, or somebody boofs it and brings it to you while you're when you get a visit, and that's got to be fun.
If you do booth it, you got to do the side shuffle to get that up in there.
Yeah, how big? This is my question though. Is that your asshole can be elastic depending on what you do for it. But yeah, you could put it. I imagine something soft like weed. Like you could fit like an eighth of weed up your ass like pretty easily.
Yeah, sure. You can fit anything up there as long as you work hard.
Well, it stays in there.
Well, that's the problem because you got to be able to do the cough and all that stuff, which apparently is not that difficult. I guess you can gut it kind of.
I guess so. Yeah. I can't even imagine it. I just remember the one time that Eddie wrapped his balls with a hair tie in order to hide weed when we went to go in to see Bruce Springsteen. He put it like up near his taint with like but it was protected by plastic. But he did wrap it around his balls, and it sounded like it was really like very uncomfortable.
Well, and you guys all smoked that together.
Yes.
So you smoked his ball weed.
It was on the plastic. It didn't get to the nug. And then you burn it anyway, and then the ball goes away. The ball, like, essence goes away.
Oh, all right. Well, the only other story that I really got is from Wisconsin. There was this dude, he was charged with OWI, which is operating while intoxicated.
What does that even mean? Like in terms of like, is that different than a DUI? Oh, yeah. So that's like the same.
It's like, there's a lot of things you can ride, you know? You don't even realize it. You can probably get like an OWI and one of those like fake little horses outside of a pharmacy. You got to put a quarter in to ride. You know, they'll give you an OWI for anything.
Do you remember number one when Bill Murray got arrested for driving his golf cart around hammered?
Yeah, it's classic.
That's sad.
It's classic. So it's almost ice fishing season in Wisconsin, but this one dude, he got a head start on it, and he was really freaking hammered. And he was like, oh, it froze a couple of nights in a row. I think it's time for me to get my ice shack on the water. But then he tried to do it. But then he was so freaking hammered, he didn't realize the water was still water and it wasn't frozen water. And then he just drove his truck into the lake. That's the end of the end of the story. That's it. That's the whole thing.
That's that is a very, very Wisconsin death. Just like you're so hammered, you're gonna be like, we got to start the fishing now. And they're like, man, it's not even like, it's not hot. It's still hot.
It is.
Like we're not ready.
It's literally just water that he just drove into. The police.
This ice is really moving around. I gotta find a more solid part of the ice, and just like slides straight into the fucking bottom of the ocean.
And then Barron County, they put him on his Twitter. They really roasted this guy because it's just his truck and the fishing shanty in water. They say we want everyone to know that a driver was okay and unhurt. Alcohol was a contributing factor to this case, and we take these very seriously. Make a plan, especially for Halloween. You have a designated driver.
It's true. That's
true.
That's so sad. Honestly, it just should just be like, you know, when the lake's ice, when you touch it, and it's ice when it's not water anymore. Like it can't be that difficult to tell that the lake is not iced over.
Also, the cops were like, oh, get a DUI, get a designated driver. You know what I'm saying? But like in this case, you can't like Uber and be like, can you take my ice shanty to the middle of the lake? You got to do this on your own.
The Uber driver also has to be drunk. But also when it comes down to it, like, this is a drunk decision. This wouldn't happen unless you were smoking, like, unless you were drinking all night. You guys with your buddies hammering all night being like, we got to put the check out.
We got to get the check out.
Now. We got to put it out right now. Like, that's a very hammered determination.
Because, he was just so excited for ice fishing because you get to go. I did it one time and it's cold. It's cold. But it was fun. You catch it. I caught one and then you catch it and the fish is all cold and stuff.
No, that's too cold. Yeah. I can't do any of that shit.
No one seemed happy. The fishes didn't seem happy. I think it was more of like a suicide trip for them. I think he knew he was about to die. He kind of liked it.
Honestly. Live from your grave.
This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. Stigma shows up in a lot of different places. I know I had to explain to my handyman about the devil imagery in my home. I had to explain that in our home, El Diablo es bueno. And he reluctantly agreed. I think largely just because he was in my home and he was scared. But over time, he began to see, the devil can be my amigo. See, even in 2026, stigma can get in the way of a lot of things, right? My handyman almost didn't put up my floating media cabinet, right? You got to get support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking the first step yourself because you're busy, worried what others will think, or telling yourself you should handle it alone. No, you need a team. Get therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform. Give me a space to slow down and talk through what's building before it feels unmanageable. So let's take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of ethics and are fully qualified. So don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod.
Hi, Diva. It's Rachel.
And Jordan. Yeah, hi. Quick question.
Why are you not spending your Venmo balance?
Yeah, we're concerned.
You can, buy stuff with it.
Ugh, you love buying stuff.
And earn cash back on eligible purchases.
You love purchasing eligible things.
So the money your friend sent you yesterday, that's today's ramen or rideshare or eye patches.
The skincare kind, not the pyro kind.
Spend with Venmo. Then you can earn cash back with Venmo Stash. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. ID verification required to use a Venmo balance.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. The only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
I want to quickly cover this other story. This goes back to the hiker thing. I'm just going to say the headline, and you know exactly what it is. A lost Colorado hiker. He was gone for 24 hours. That was true. He was missing all day. They couldn't find him. And then he somehow, he did make his way back, but he ignored all the calls from the rescue teams because he didn't recognize the number.
Oh my God, dude. Just please, God, in this one time, just answer your phone.
I still give it the benefit of the doubt. I now know that because robocalls, I'm just getting blasted with robocalls,
so many,
right? And so, but I still pick it up because I want to at least kind of hear what it is, depending on what it was. Every once in a while, when it's a new one, I pick it up and then I hear what their spiel is. And also the key is never say yes. If they ever say, hey, are you Mr. So-and-so? Never say yes. Always say who's calling, because they can fucking lift the audio. This is true. They can lift the audio of you agreeing and they can charge you shit. This is not Boomer.
That is the most.
This is real.
And if you copy and paste this to Facebook and tell them all of my content is my content and they cannot have it.
That is fake.
I don't know.
That is fake.
Well, we will have to see. We will have to see, Mr. Zabrowski, about that.
But I also like to do it because I answer low. I go, hello. And then they give me like, is it Mr. Zabrowski speaking? Mr.
This
Zabrowski
is a
speaking?
boomer moment for you.
Who's calling?
No. No, mister here. No, mister.
And then they keep calling.
Sure.
And then you get to be a different guy each time. I get to run characters at them.
That's a good way to practice.
No, mister.
That's my scared refugee woman.
Yeah. So if you are lost,
don't call the authorities, please.
Yeah, well, they sound, honestly, you sound like somebody that they prey upon, so they'll probably call you like 1,000 times a day.
Yep.
So yeah, if you are in the woods and you're lost, just answer the phone no matter what. Because maybe even AT&T can help you.
A telemarketer can fucking help you. If you're if you're stuck and you don't know where you are, call whoever you because it's the opposite of all horror movie problems. Speaking of The Descent, like the idea that like you go to a place where specifically your phones don't work. Also, I recently rewatched The Descent. We did a light version of 31 for 31 because we knew we were not going to be able to do it. But I always watch a horror movie every night. We ended up working our way through Halloween 3, 4, 5, 6. Halloween H2O and both of the Rob Zombie Halloweens and Halloween 2018. I also saw Halloween Kills, but
of course.
But you can. We watched The Descent as one of them. Man, oh man! First 10 minutes of The Descent, you're like, "Fuck this shit! Who would ever do this? I'm never going in a cave."
People spelunk, bro.
Stupid people. I mean, I know some of you spelunk, but whatever. That's dumb. You stay on top of the land.
I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of claustrophobia.
I have all of it.
love of buffets.
Me too. I love a heated car seat. That's one of my favorite. I'm not afraid of those.
I have found myself in the salad section of a one of those, what do you call those, Golden Corrals. And I'm like, I'm out of my element. What is going on here? And you get scared and you have to go towards the red lamp.
I love a buffet, man. Ham. And honestly, that was the best part about when we went to that buffet was just like, it was just nice to see the buffets are back, but they're not really back.
What do you mean?
Until they're back in Vegas.
I agree
they're
with
not back
that.
in Vegas. That Bellagio buffet. Oh, you got the seafood section. That's fantastic. That's where you make your money back. You got the steak area over there. That's what you really blow it out. The last time I went to the Bellagio buffet, they had the whole sushi area and they're rolling it themselves right there. And you're like, oh, look at the detail.
It's happening.
What?
We've got to do it soon. We got to go back. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, let's do Hero of the Week.
Yeah.
Hero of the Week.
So this week's Hero of the Week, his name is Joseph Rose. He's a handsome young man. He is the founder of this thing called Satanic Delco, and they do this program, and it is called To Hell with Homelessness. But like not in the way where they're like burning them alive.
That would be different.
It could also go either way. It's actually a nice charity that they're working on. Members of the Satanic Delco were distributing tote bags of food, water, and hygiene essentials for the people in need in the 69th Street Transportation Center in Upper Darby. The name of the campaign again is To Hell with Homelessness. And,
that's really important. And I honestly, because we, Natalie and I, we've done a lot of like various charity things. And I always love doing it from the satanic perspective, because then like you got all these people up in arms and really diametrically opposes you to all of the Christian elements that do just horrible things all the time and just control people's bodies. And they just view you as kingling, essentially. Like they dislike their parishioners. They don't like their people. They don't want to care for them.
What I love so much about this story is it shows you a little juxtaposition. So there's this another dude, and he's almost like a villain in this story. His name is Mike Stockwell. Now, this is an evangelical preacher type who stands on the streets and screams at you, right?
Of course. Because they never do anything to help anybody.
They want your money. That's at the end of the day, and they want to feel good about themselves. So they pretend as if God is speaking through them, even though it's just their psychotic little brains. Anyway,
the only person God is talking to, if he is real, he's talking to the man at the bus station who's saying all the crazy shit. He's the only one whose radio is picking up the frequency.
That's probably true. He was wearing a shirt that said known by God. And when all these people from this group passed by, he says, "Are you born again?" And then he made fun of them and was like, "You guys are going to hell." And this is what Stockwell said. He says, "Your good deeds are filthy rags before God. You're going to go to hell."
Yes.
And then Joseph Rose said, "Oh, I guess we're just willing to take the risk, I guess." Rose said of the Ridley Township who funded the Satanic Delco in February, it doesn't believe in hell or heaven, or even Satan. They just believe in doing good work. Rose said, "When I found the Satanic Temple a few years back and read the 7 tenets, that was a wake-up call. It was so obvious to me. They basically sound like 7 ways not to be an asshole."
Pretty much. But the TST is specifically the full atheist branch, and it is more political than anything else. But it's about the idea of like taking care of yourself and taking care of other people, and about individual expression and experiencing pleasure now and not in the future. Where Church of Satan obviously has more of the magic ritual involved. They like a little bit more showmanship.
Yeah, the Satanic Delco, they say they don't really do the supernatural stuff. They believe in a science-first viewpoint.
Yes, that's
and
TSC,
they invoke Satan's name in their own, Rose said, because Satan is, quote, symbolic of the eternal rebel. So that is awesome. Good work. Thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing, helping people out who are in need as you get yelled at by maniacs who are doing nothing but making themselves feel holier than thou and trying to bring people down. So congratulations to those of the Satanic Delco membership. And Joseph Rose, you guys are doing good work, so thank you so much.
Yes, you really did, honestly. And today, we're not going to do any letters because we did so many. Oh my God,
also, I'm sorry, I had one more note. He has 2 dogs, and he has a little Boston Terrier named Donnie, and the other one's named Walter, based off the characters from The Big Lebowski. Come on!
He's crushing it.
Come on!
We're not going to do any listener emails today, just because we'd spent so many times reading all of your wonderful thoughts, but this is more of like a thank you to everybody that submitted creepypastas, all the listener pastas. It was so much fun. We got through another spooky season. I'm so sad that it's over, and it happened. I feel like it went over, like it happened so fast. But what that means is we go back on the road in a week. So we're going to North Carolina. We're going to South Carolina. Going to Charlottesville. What in the fuck do you do in Charlottesville?
I don't know, but we're going to have a lot of fun, I'm sure.
I need someone to tell me, honestly, what do we do in Charlottesville?
Yeah,
what do we do? Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com.
Yeah, what to do?
And Charlotte. The only thing I know that Charlotte is Holden McNeely's family, and I'm going to go look for them.
Well, have fun. Sniff around the bridges.
I'm going to find out
Holden
if I'm going to find his eggs.
Holden actually comes from one of the more well-established families of all of our friends, and I think that explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah,
okay,
it really does.
Everyone. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Happy, hope you guys, again, had a fantastic Halloween.
Yeah,
and
baby.
We'll get through the rest of this year and on to the next one. All right, everyone.
Love every day you have, right? Every day you have above the dirt, because it's the only way you're going to get someone to touch your penis or your fucking vagina. Is you gotta be alive. Because if not, when you're dead, right? Someone can play with your nuts and your pussy when you're dead. Sure, absolutely. But you won't be able to love it, right? You're not gonna be able to really like it because you were living it. You were alive, right? And you were living it.
Right.
Getting your dick sucked in your boobies play with and your pussy play with and your butthole play with. What that is nice when you're alive, but when you're dead, it's like a crime. And then what happens is everybody gets all mad that someone's like playing with your dick and your pussy. Honestly, you could blow me when I'm dead. I don't care. You can play with my body. You can play with my nipples and you can sit on my face and stuff like that. I'm gonna do that with like a tour or whatever. Like Natalie said, that's when our relationship can be open, is when I'm dead. And so they can get in there, like you can ride me like a sled then. But then when you get out of all of that, when you just think about it, you look down from wherever you are, if there is an afterlife, you can just laugh about it, because then you're being like, oh man, I'm getting laid now that I'm fucking dead. That's fucking sweet.
Well, that's
or you'll hear us laugh about it, talking about it on the show, about how like you were used.
Like you're an artist, and then finally you get recognition after you're dead. That's kind of that's kind of a sad way to lose your virginity, though, after you're dead.
That would really be very sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening. Hail yourselves.
Why don't you go ahead and hail Satan today, man? Give it up. He's doing charity work.
Charity work. Magustalations. Satan is now off. Santa Claus is tapping in.
Coming
before
for you,
that,
Santa
we've got
Claus.
to. Before that, we have to Thanksgiving.
Whatever with Thanksgiving. I like the dinner. It's fine.
Yeah, dinner's fine.
I like being with friends.
Yeah, it's Friendsgiving. Yeah.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors. You can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep, so we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Breathe in. Feel the sense of calm that comes from having up to $300 in overdraft protection with GoToBank. Now,
did you say $300?
Yes. Now, back to our breathing.
So if I overspend my balance, GoToBank has my back up to $300?
Yes. Can we breathe out now? Less worries, more zen with over $300 in overdraft protection. Tap to open an account today. Eligible direct deposits and opt-in required for overdraft protection. Fees, terms, and conditions apply.